with Onos.
Hi there, welcome to today's episode of Real Deal with Onos. I'm super excited because today's testimony will transform your life. My name is Onos Ariyo and this is Real Deal.
Real testimonies, real encounters, real experiences. Real deal with Onos.
My guest today is a certified life coach. She is specialized in identity and communication coaching. She's a wife, she's a mother, she's a singer, songwriter, she's a bilingualist. She speaks English, French, Robo, Pidgin, none other than StephREDD. Salut!
Salut, comment ça va?
I told you people now.
I did, full ground.
Amazing. Guys, today is going to be super fun. Stephanie has an amazing testimony. She's going to take us on a journey of how God brought her through different phases and stages of her life, her career. Stephanie, over to you.
Okay, so where do I start? Okay, so we go back to the career part. So pretty much one of the things I always wanted to do was I wanted to have a career that would allow me express myself fully, express all the gifts I have. So yes, I've always known I had multiple gifts growing up, and I wanted something that would give me that platform to express it.
Okay.
So my first mainstream job was consulting, and then I got into human resources. And one of the things I wanted to do, so I've always loved to speak with people, always loved to encourage people and help people move from point A to point B of their life. And I pretty much thought to be a good thing to become a life coach so that I could help people map out and redesign.
Yeah.
So that's where the life coaching thing came in. So when I became a certified life coach in 2016, still on a previous job, and then a multinational job came, which is pretty much every career person's dream job, to get a multinational. This one was a huge one. It was huge.
Chai.
It was huge. It was huge. The money was huge. The
way you're saying it,
you can feel it. So it was good. It was good, right? And I saw it as a major leap to the height of my career. I just felt after this, it's the height, and then I'm going to just go into whatever it is that I want to do. And the interesting thing now was 4 months into that job, I was asked to leave for reasons being that
there's some don't rush. There are some things you told me off camera when you got the job. What are the things you did after you got the job? Got your employment letter. Yeah, I want you to share. It's part of the testimony, girl.
Okay, after the job came,
The testimony part. That's my favorite.
So yes, after the job came, it came with a car, it came with a driver, it came with every nice thing. I had to travel every month because I was covering Nigeria and another country, and I was traveling to every other state because I was pretty much HR for both countries and general HR. So I had to monthly go to the different stations. And through all of that, of course, it came with its own perks and all of it. And I was really looking forward to, so my regional, who sat in a European country, had already told me that, oh, you're doing a phenomenal job and we look forward to you coming to coach the other HR team and show them what to do. And in short, in her words, she said, sometimes I wonder how you're able to keep up. So this was, interestingly, this was the best feedback I ever got from a supervisor. So she says, I've seen all you're doing. I think you're doing a fantastic job. Sometimes the first time I saw you, I thought you should be in the sales team because you're all flighty and excited. And we just thought, okay, we need that kind of energy for the sales team because an HR person should be reserved. But then when I saw you the other day coaching someone, it was like as though you put on a different persona. So like you were someone else. I mean, you are a very useful person to the HR team and looking forward to you doing this, that, and the other. And I came home feeling so excited, like this is the best feedback I've ever gotten. And I was afraid. So it was two sides of a coin. I felt super excited because I'd gotten the best feedback from a supervisor and I was looking forward to my salary increase and promotion. And then I was excited on that hand. On the other hand, I was afraid because I felt I now need to do higher than this. I can't fall below this standard. So it's now I think, what can I do to ensure that I maintain it or I do better than it? That was a Tuesday night. Fast forward Friday night, yes. And this was it. All the work you had to do. You've done so much job that I haven't had time to look through. So you know what? Send it to me via mail. And on Monday, so this was a Friday, so on Monday we're going to look at it when I go back to Europe. So just send it to me via mail and we'll sort that out. And when that was done, she said, okay, let's go for a briefing to the GM's office. And then we get into the GM's office and she said, I'm sorry, the management has decided to terminate your appointment with immediate effect. And I said, why? I said, it was a management decision. I said, from one HR to another? That's the kind of thing we tell people. But if you're going to fire me, let me know exactly what I did. And they didn't want to, so just dancing around with her, like, at least let me know so that I can change, I can know what to improve on, because I mean, you just gave me a fantastic report on Tuesday.
Yeah.
What happened between Tuesday and absolutely nothing, right? So, and long and short, she just said, it's just that you do phenomenal work and you're a fantastic HR. It's just that you don't fit into our way. Those were her words. And that is what she said. Wow. It's just that you don't fit into our way. And I asked her, what is your way? And she didn't respond. So at that point, because at some point she had also said, when she was giving me that feedback, she said, you're a fantastic negotiator. So at the back of my mind, I was like, this one go negotiate. We're going to negotiate my way out of here. How can you just make me lose my job like that? But after backs and forth, we were there for almost an hour going back and forth, like, I am not going to sign that letter up until I know what I did specifically. But when she just said, you don't fit into our way, and I asked, what is your way? And she wasn't responding, so I knew, okay, this battle has already been lost. I said, okay, give me, and I signed it.
And you had already done Thanksgiving. You already shared testimony.
I didn't just sing this, my sound special song.
You shared testimony.
And the song, I remember the song was Everything Has Changed. Everything has changed. And because my life don't change now. What there for dollars? Not get. So like, oh my goodness. So like, so say I gave that. I shared testimony in front of. So let me just balance the testimony part with the fact that when I got back home, so by the time I came out of the office, I told someone to take the pool car away, which was with the car away, and they had emptied all my belongings in the car and put it into a pool car and told the pool driver, go and drop me home. When I got home that evening, I felt exactly the same way I felt when I just finished youth service.
Chai.
I didn't know what next. I didn't know what. This was 13 years of work down the line. And it was now, where am I going to start from? So I just, you know, as we sit down like this, now I say, God, sit down, may I sit down.
We talk this matter.
What's going on? Because I testified in church that I prayed for this kind of job and I got it. And I had people come to give me and sow seeds to say, hey, I testify. I tap into your testimony. And I mean, someone just dropped, said, this is all I have right now, but I tap into it. So I tap all those one finish. I can't lose them 4 months in without any explanations. I was like, God, how? So what I just told God was, even if I do you bad, you know, and I kept saying, every time I prayed, I said, Father, this is too good to be true. Defend it for your name's sake. For every time when I traveled, then I had to travel because I traveled to the other country. And I'm just like, wow, this is what I prayed for. Miracles do happen. Dreams do come true. Father, thank you. Defend this job for your name's sake. So I said, when I come, they ask God as we sit down like this, I say, so even if I do you bad, as I tell you, make you defend this job for your name's sake, you know if you defend them, you know they work. That was it all.
See how you're making me laugh on country.
Seriously, I was like, no, so I just say, this God, no, they work. Just put him in one corner because then it was not even worse where I saw people that came to meet me. I got like 2 people that came to meet me and said, oh, one said he had tapped into my testament for his fiance and she got a multinational job as well. Another person saw me on the staircase, thank you sister, blah 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 blah. I said, God, now my testimony, people they say shop a bar. My testimony don't talk soup. I was like, no. I said, no. So they're like, so me and God are like, no, everybody just stay your lane. Let me stay my lane. I was like, I'm look for another God. I need to find another God where they work. Because this one they work. I said, okay. I said, I try. I was really thinking of options because I got to the end of myself. Because suddenly, of course, because I'd gotten a new job, I'd created a new standard of living, which is pretty much what we tend to do. When your income increases, you increase your standard of living. And then when everything left, I started asking myself, how will I sustain this? Right? So it even got to the point of saying that that guy that was liking me that kind of just flash him. If I just flash him, I don't even need to call. When you just see the flash, we call back the shot. I came to the end of myself. But eventually, one of the things that I believed helped me was I'm grateful that I had done the coaching course.
Yeah. Because
one of the things I remember when I was still working the previous place, not the one where they fired me, I kept taking certification courses. I kept improving myself. I remember once there was a senior officers, a senior manager that told me in my previous place of work, said, Stephanie, you're so ambitious. You're always doing one certification course, international course. Is it in this company you want to use it? And I said, I am preparing myself for where I want to get to, not where I am. So even though, because it actually did get to the point where all my certifications began to choke me because I couldn't use them effectively, which was what made me know that I needed to leave that place where I was. And then, so I just saw the multinational job as the opportunity for me to use it, and then it left. Yeah. But nonetheless, when that decline happened, it was the ability, it was the coaching certification process that helped me to grab my mind and ask such questions like, what next? So yes, I did feel like I was in a pit. Yes, I did feel like I was drowning because I woke up every morning. I couldn't even cry. I was so shocked. I couldn't cry. I was hiding for weeks. I remember the ones my brother-in-law came out. Steph, you not go work. I said, no, I'm on leave.
5 weeks, you still they leave.
He come on another week. So he came. By the time he came, when I know say we because leave not the past last you take on so much and not the past 2 weeks. So after 2 weeks, I just say, this lie. May I just lie inside room? I told my nanny if anybody comes to look for me during workouts, tell them I'm not around. And then in the morning, the children, because I wake up early, I'm the one that normally drop them off at work. So the day after that thing, like, Mommy, are you not taking out to work? They come back from, Mommy, you didn't go to work today. Like, you people say, can't you just sit sometime and turn your eye? Must you ask me questions? So it was haunting me. The entire process was haunting. The pain of it, the thought that I had committed so much into my career, that I had invested, and I'm not one of those that work for money, of which is something I've always said. I work to add value, and I believe I had given value to these places for whatever reason, and it stung deep. So it was now that entire process of asking what next. So how else can I apply myself? Because the painful thing was why it hurt that much was because I had defined myself by the job. And it took me losing it to realize that I had identified myself by a job that I had, by what it was paying me, by who I was meeting because of it, by the places I could travel to because of it. So by the time all of it left, I lost my identity. By the time it all left, I lost my self-worth. I felt like I was nothing. So I realized that I couldn't. Somebody asked me, where you before, they say, well, my name is Stephanie Kadiri. I'm a certified life coach and HR practitioner, globally and locally certified. I go put all down with that. So, you have to kind of catch them out in a particular way. Just show them. You make it a little posh that I don't believe. By the time you talk to me, just say, yes, this or no book. If all the book like this.
And you came out with 2-1.
2-1.
Okay. We're going somewhere.
2-1, Masters in French, Certified HR Professional, Global and International, Certified Emotional Intelligence, plenty things. Hold the book like this. So you don't hold it like this. I'm like, boss, what is this? It's not working. But it just brought me to the place where, which is pretty much why as a life coach, I decided to specify in identity coaching. Because I realized that many people define themselves by what they have. And when they eventually lose what they have, that's why you find out that suicide is high. Because there's no self-worth to say, I am not defined by what I have. So even if it goes, I can recreate it.
This is where I'm supposed to be bringing our offering basket now.
So it took me down the place where I started asking, who am I? So I had to redefine myself without a job.
Yeah.
So I had to redefine my essence. I needed to redefine my essence. And it was not a thing of, so for the God part, we not ask us how we take settle quarrel.
Yeah, God. Redefine yourself.
Before the redefine, I don't settle quarrel with God because I need to settle and with him now. We quarrel the quarrel take. I wait for money. I'm not even a priest. They go show. I'm waiting to happen. But it was a thing of like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. I came to that place where I asked myself, am I serving him because of what he can give me? Or because of who he is? So, and then I asked myself such questions like, okay, when all of this ends, what will happen if you find out that he really exists? Because I got to the point that I doubted God exists. Because if he exists, I couldn't have testified so largely and then put you at the fore of it so greatly. I pay my title. I start to pay my tithes in dollars. Oh no, you don't even try protect me in dollars. I don't understand. So I just said, I'd rather get to the end and find out that, let me not get to the end and find out that you exist. And then I missed out on it. So like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, I will trust that all of this will work together for my good. And even if it doesn't, I will still trust you. So that was pretty much the place where I got to of, so such songs like, what do you do when you've done all you can? And I'm like, I've done all I can. I've done all. So as I don't settle with you, if I not pray, understand why I not pray, because I see the verse, but I'm back to you, right? So that out. So when I began to the process now of redefining myself. So I asked such questions like, and from it I actually created what I call a self-re-engineering tool, which I call Spot Me. So it was pretty much the process of me personally going through the redefining my identity, redefining who I want to be known for, how I want to, what kind of legacy I want to live. I redefined my values again. I identified what makes me tick, what makes me happy, what makes me angry, and how much of myself do I really know, such that situations don't take me unawares. Right? So doing all of that and then identifying what are my strengths, I got to a place that I asked myself, what do I have? Because suddenly I'm like, all I had was HR. All I had was on the certificates. I was like, okay, what do I have? Right? And it made me remember that scripture when it said a master was going on a journey and then he divided talents to his servants. To some he gave 500, to one he gave 500, another he gave 200, to one he gave 100, according to their capacity. We all have talents. And given to us, some we have one, some we have two. And I'm like, what do I have? I can speak French. I can sing. I can dance.
You have to go back to the drawing board.
Yes, so that's what I did. Yes.
You packed the certificate somewhere.
So yes, so like I can speak French, I can sing, I can dance, I could act, but I've never done it I've not done it in a long time. Okay, so from the things that I can do, what can I do with what I have? So I said French. I can teach French. I have taught it before. Let me go back to it. So I saw someone that made French books. They make French books in Nigeria. I just called the company and told them that I would like to be their distributor. So I was their distributor, and then I was using it to teach. I just put on my WhatsApp status, parents, I want their children to speak French. I was offering French classes in my house.
Okay.
And then I got one friend, another friend joined, another friend joined.
You practically took baby steps, like how to get this thing done.
Before the first money that I got. So when I saw the book, I made a video with a friend's copy of the French book and I did a video with it, posted on my WhatsApp status and my Facebook page. And then a classmate of mine in the US said, oh, she would like her children to teach French that she wants. So she ordered the French and the Spanish. Everything was about 50K. It was not that 50K. That was my first morning. So someone would ask, okay, didn't you have a savings? No. So when I was, the previous company where I was, right? Because someone would be like, how do you say you started for the multinational? Didn't you say, to understand it? I was running some loans in my previous place of work, which I had time to pay off. But then when I was moving to the multinational, I said, why do let me not mix old money with new money. You don't put old wine into new wine skin. I'll be new wine to old wine skin, anyone. So I said, I liquidated my mutual funds, sold my personal car, gathered all my money and paid off everything in 2 months. So I said, as I'm stepping, so this was December. So I was like, by December, I'd made the last payment. So as I'm stepping into the new year, I'm stepping in with virgin money, virgin dollars, and crispy nairas. Before I got the first salary, I was asked to leave. So yes. So I was back at ground zero. I had nothing to my name. So that 50K, that blessing Ileleji, God bless her. She doesn't know, but it was, so you don't make noise. I'm doing this thing. It's just she not the pocket. So when she made that first payment, that was what I used to do, flyers. For that 50K, I did flyers. I did complimentary card for book sales. I made receipt. I opened Instagram page and I started selling books. So it was from there, one book to the other, and then I got people that sent their children to do. So my two children were, of course, they were part of my students, so that the class go full. So yes, now and then my friends brought in their children as well. So that was pretty much, and that was how it started. So gradually business started, and I know that doing that alone got me some income. people bought from different parts in Nigeria. They just see the Instagram page and they ordered. So that was how it started. And then from then I started asking, okay, how can I build? So I actually went back to read up my entire coaching certification process again, because what I wanted to do first was I needed to build my own self-confidence. Again, because it had been shattered, right? And I needed to build that again. I needed to redefine myself fully. And then the process of all of that, that's how pretty much I could come out one step in front of the other, one step in front of the other. And hey, voila!
Here we are today.
That was
amazing. Guys, don't go anywhere. We're going on a short break and we will be right back.
Real testimonies, real encounters, real experiences, real deal with Onos.
I love you, Lord. Oh, your mercy never fails me. All my days I've been held in your hand. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. 'Cause all my life you have been faithful, and all my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing all the goodness of God. I love your voice, oh yes I do. You have led me through the fire in darkest nights. You were close like no other. See, I've known you as my father, I've known you as my friend, and I have lived in the goodness of God. Oh yes, I've lived, 'cause all my life you have been faithful. Oh, and all my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing all the goodness of God. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I'm surrendered now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. No, no, no. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. And it won't stop now, yes, it's running after, it's running after me. And all my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, yes, I will sing all the goodness of God. Oh, all my life you have been faithful. Oh, yes, you have been. All my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, yes, I will sing of the goodness of God. so good to me.
Real testimonies, real encounters, real experiences, real deal with Onos.
You're welcome back to Real Deal with Onos and my guest, StephREDD. She's been simply amazing. StephREDD, I want you to speak to someone who probably has just lost their job. You know, looking at what we're going through right now, the situation around the world. I want you to speak to someone out there who is dealing with loss or, you know, whatever it is. Yeah.
Okay, so one of the things that I believe helped me, because I know what it is like to lose something that you based your life on. It's like the carpet upon which you stood being like as if it was taken from underneath your feet and you're falling. And the interesting thing is you're falling and you don't know when you're going to stop falling. But failure is only an event. It doesn't define you. What happens a lot of times will allow our failure to define us. But just try and ensure when you find yourself in that position, don't ask why me. Don't ask, don't say such things like I'm finished. Don't say some things like don't define yourself by the event. Redefine yourself by a vision. So you need to come back to the place to ask yourself, what else can I do? And everybody has something. And just in case you think you don't have something, the mere fact that no two humans have the same iris composition of their eyes, no two human beings have the same thumbprint, not even twins, it should make you realize that there's something unique about you that you can bring to the table. Find that thing, however long it will take. If you need a coach to help you, if you need a life coach to help you, ask the right questions that will help you elicit those thoughts and trigger your inner motivation, then get that. But know that it is only an event and it will pass. It's just a matter of time. And I know a lot of people say time heals. Well, time only heals when you are in progression. Time doesn't heal when you're in one place sobbing and crying and wishing, oh, why me? No. But when you are in progression, taking one step after the other, time will heal. Okay, so apply yourself, engage yourself. But while you are engaging yourself, it's very important that you engage yourself with purpose. Something I wanted to mention on those was another thing about identity. I don't know if I mentioned to you I opened 2 Instagram pages.
Yeah, you did.
Yes, I opened 2 Instagram pages because I was afraid of being perceived being perceived as who I was.
Okay.
So I was in the corporate world, and that is not all about me. There's so much about me. So the part of me that sings,
I always used to wonder why you had to.
Sister Nafio. Because I just felt that they would not be able to embrace who I was, and then I could lose my job. That's what I felt. That I don't want them to know that I sing. I don't want them to know that I talk and make people laugh. I don't want them to know that I could dance and other things. So I opened 2 Instagram pages. So the Stephanie Kadiri was for people that will know me to the fullness of myself, know that I sing and all that. Then StephREDD was the one. But the idea of the StephREDD is supposed to encapsulate everything that Stephanie represents. So I'm asking, why am I hiding myself? Why? Because I'm afraid of being accepted. But the thing is, we have all been called, of which takes back to that scripture, we have all been given according to our capacity. Our inability to now engage our capacity to the fullest is telling the master that gave us that he didn't try. So bring myself to that place now where I'm willing to embrace myself in all the beauties that I have. If I'm going to sing, I sing. If I'm going to speak French, I speak French. If I want knack broke, I knack and wear. Me dey go no Jurobo, make na bo Jurobo now. Go like it on. Can jump out as a window.
I like the fact that you talked about your Instagram handle, please. For someone who will probably want to reach out to you for coaching.
So reach on social media, on Instagram at I am StephREDD, IamStephREDD at I am StephREDD on Instagram, and you can find me on Facebook too. That's I am StephREDD, on Twitter at I am StephREDD. So yes, that is. So I'm just keeping that all down. I can't close it because there's some people that are following me that are like, okay, but I am StephREDD is my main page now. That one will just be look for no clue, me for no loss. We'll look for what we're going to. But in the building process, I'm glad for how far I've come. And hey, celebrate every moment. Do not. Even in the failures, be grateful. Have a constant life of gratitude, regardless of where you are. So don't be defined by where you are. Be defined by who you are and where you can possibly get to, which is now a thing of, it's your vision. When Muhammad Ali says your hands can't hit what your eyes don't see, I say your hands can't embrace what your mind has not envisioned. So you have to envision. It's that vision that will keep you running in the low moments, in the down moments, when you're wondering what next, because you see and you continually see. You can rise up again, dust it off, square your shoulders, keep up your chin, and never give up until you win.
Right? Amazing. You know, when you have a life coach as your guest, you're in for some plenty nuggets. Nugget, that's in the hot. Amazing. Thank you so much, StephREDD, for being a part of Real Deal today. I know a lot of lives have been blessed today, inspired. She has said so many profound things. I think you need to rewind, get your pen and begin to jot it down, because this has been simply amazing. If this has been a blessing to you, make sure you hit the subscribe button on our page, www.youtube.com/ONOSARIYO. It's Real Deal, and thank you, and stay focused.
Real testimonies, real encounters, real experiences. Real Deal with Onos.
I'll move mountains. I'll move mountains. I'll move mountains. Oh, I'll move mountains. So I'll rise up. I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up. I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up. And I'll do it 1,000 times again. Oh, I'll rise up. High as the wave. I'll rise up. In spite of the ache, I'll rise up. And I'll do it 1,000 times again. All for me. For me. For me. For me. I'll rise up. High as the waves, I'll rise up. In spite of the ache, I'll rise up. And I'll do it 1,000 times again. For me. For me. For me. For me. For me.
Real testimonies, real encounters, real experiences. Real Deal with Onos.